Hi Jay, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about in your golf swing. First of all, if I demonstrate the movement that you've currently got, which is actually common to a lot of golfers, is that when the club swings down, the shaft is trailing my left arm, and what it's doing is coming into line with the left arm too early in the downswing. Now ideally, the club is going to trail being in line with your arm, catch up, and then swing past it. The critical point is when the club actually comes into line with your left arm, and we want that point to be at impact as we look at it, rather than sort of before impact. So the first thing we saw in your video is that when the club swung down, the club came into line with your arm a little bit too early. Now of course it's likely to cause shots where you hit a little bit behind the ball or hit it a bit thin. Your movement with the body to try and counter that was that it would move forward, and then you have the combination of your body moving, sliding forward, and the club coming into line with your left arm too early. Here's a couple of drills. First of all, what we need to do is get the feeling of the club trailing the arm a little bit longer. Now if I hold the club in my fingertips and move my arm back and forward, as soon as I change direction, the club is now trailing my fingertips, my right arm. Or if I do it with my left, it would trail my left arm. So with this impact bag here, when the club swings down, I want the club to swing over the top of the impact bag and then hit the ground about where this ball is. Now, if I do that with two hands, I can let the club trail and hit the ground. You can see there's a divot right where the ball is. Now, if I use my hands in the downswing and actively use my hands, I'll hit that bag every time. Now here's a drill that you can do to start to get the feel of that. Your wrists need to be quite loose, and then what I want to do is I want to get as close as I can to the bag and hit the ground. So from here, I might start my swing here and let the club fall and hit the ground just behind the ball here. Now I'm going to move a little bit closer and see if I can do the same drill and get the club to hit the ground. I clip the bag, but I hit the ground here somewhere. Now that's far steeper than what you would ever need the club to swing down. So if you go to that extreme, you'll find it so much easier with your full swing to allow the club to trail and hit the ground correctly. That's the first part. Now the second thing is that if your body moves forward, it's almost like you can cheat at this drill because I'm just going to let my body move forward. But we don't want you to do that. So one way that you can check that is that when I make a swing and get to the top of my swing, my right ear is about level with the inside of my right ankle here. So I haven't moved too far this way, nor have I moved this way. When I've turned back, my right ear is about level with my right ankle. When I swing the club back to the ball, I don't want my head to move forward as I swing the club down. I want it to stay in exactly the same place. So now that makes this drill much harder. So I want to combine two things now. One is my head's going to stay steady as I swing down, and I'm going to allow the club to trail and swing over the top of the bag. Do this really slowly to begin with, and you'll start to get the hang of that movement. Now the other thing is that with a normal backswing, I would swing straight into that bag. So you might want to start the drill with the club actually sitting on top of the bag here. So they're the two key things. Keep your body centered, right ear over the inside of your right ankle, keep it there until impact, and at the same time, allow the club to trail your left arm. And I'm doing that by timing the speed that I'm moving my arms and my hands. You'll find that the angle of attack to the ball, the club to the ground, is going to improve immeasurably, and so will your contact.